Hi everyone, it's Gwen from Hummingbird Tarot, and today I am making Florida water. So I have not been burning sage in the house lately because I usually do it when everybody is gone and everybody's home right now. So I'm going to make an alternative to cleansing my space with a spray that I can use. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you're notified every week when I upload a new video. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm happy to have you here. And if you have already subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So what I'm doing also is I am going to be putting a bunch of herbs and essential oils in here. Some of them I've already put in here, and I'll walk you through that. And then I'm also going to be setting up some tarot cards and some oracle cards here to attract the energy to this that I would like to see. So I'm going to add half rubbing alcohol and half water to this, screw the lid on it and leave it sitting here. I'm also going to be setting out some tarot cards and some oracle cards, like I said, and I'll share those ones with you. So I have the shamanic medicine oracle cards, and the card that I have out of here is called Medicine Shield, and this is for protection. And this is the card that I'm putting up here. And then I also have several cards out of my Universal Weight tarot deck, and I am pulling a lot of pentacle cards. I have the Ace of Pentacles because I want to draw the energy of that into my space. I'm pulling the Nine of Pentacles because she's just got an abundance of comfort and safety and health, and pentacles are all about health and wealth and stability under your feet. And then the 10 of Pentacles, the comfort and safety of family around you, a lot of abundance there. And then the same, the King of Pentacles is lots of abundance there as well. So I'm going to set these cards here. And if you're going to be messy and splashing, you might want to set these up when you're done. I'm going to be really careful, and I've done this before, so I feel comfortable putting these cards out now so that they're here while I'm mixing this as well. So these are the I Am Power oracle cards. This one says, I am strong. Peace, I am peace. I am safe. I am healthy. And some of the essential oils that I've already put in here are cinnamon, eucalyptus, rosemary, sweet orange, clove, and peppermint oil. So I put a little bit of peppermint, got lemon that I just put in there. Oh, and I also put some sandalwood essential oil. These are all essential oils. I'm going to put a little bit more. I'm going to put some lavender. Now I've already thrown in here, and you just put as many drops in there as you feel compelled to put. I did already start making this, and in here I already have some dried lavender and some rose buds, and I picked a sprig of pine from the tree that I have in the yard. I put a couple bay leaves in here already, and then I have some from my sage. Geez, I couldn't remember what it's called for a second there. I've already put some sprigs of sage from here in here as well. And then I'm out of ginger right now, and I have some really good organic ginger tea. So I'm going to go ahead and put a tea bag in there as well. And then I also have some dried rosemary that I want to put in there. Here's some dried basil. And thyme. And then I also wanted to put, I have some lime essential oil too. And what I'll do is I'll mix this up. I'm going to let it sit, and then I will strain it through a strainer. And I have a bottle. Once it's strained, that I just have an old Di-Serona bottle that's empty. If I put all of these things in here first, everything would get stuck below this and it would be hard to get out. I also don't have any fresh limes or lemons right now, and sometimes I would put fresh limes or lemons in there. So once this is done, I will pour this through a strainer into another bowl, and then I'll use a funnel to pour the finished product into here. And then what I'll do is add some of this to a spray bottle, just a little bit in there, and then fill the rest up with water, and I'll use that to spray around. And usually I put a few pieces of amethyst in the bottom of that spray bottle. And all of these herbs that I'm talking about today have some sort of healing or protective or cleansing property to them, and that's why I've added these to this. So I'm putting 70% isopropyl alcohol, and I'm not going to fill this all the way to the top, because that bottle that I'm pouring this into afterwards is not going to be big enough to hold all of this. So I'm filling this about halfway to where I want it to be. I'm probably going to go about right there. Isopropyl alcohol. And I've got 70%. This is hard to come by right now. You can also use a really inexpensive vodka if you like. That'll work as well. And then I have some distilled water here, and I usually use distilled or bottled water for this. It smells really strong right now. I smell peppermint and alcohol. So let's do, I want some more lavender smell in there and some lime. And some lemon. I'm smelling the herbs, yeah. Oh, that smells so good. Look what that smells. Okay, what else do I want to put? I'm putting a little bit more peppermint oil too. So now I'm going to put the lid on this, if I can find it. And this is just a canning jar that I've used. And I'm going to leave this sitting here. We're actually on a windowsill here, and I'll leave this sitting so that the light of the sun can come in and hit it, and the moon as well. And typically, again, you would leave this sitting for 30 days. And I also would meditate some over the cards that I've picked here. And what you need to do is to go through whatever decks that you have and pick out the cards that have the energy that you're looking for in your mix that you make. You can look up the different properties of herbs, and if there's a different energy that you're looking for, then you would pick herbs and essential oils and tarot cards or oracle cards that are appropriate to whatever you are trying to attract. So I will meditate for a while over this, and I'll hold this and I'll put good intentions in it, and I'll focus on the tarot and oracle cards that I have here and meditate with this. And I'll try to spend a few minutes every day, touching this and focusing on it to really give it a lot of really good energy. And then at the end of that 30 days, I will strain this and pour it into the other bottle that I showed you. And you can use any glass bottle that you have at home. I'm recycling one here. Or you can buy a glass bottle that you're intending to use directly for that and put a cork in it or something. But whatever works for you is what you need to do. And that is how I make my Florida water. And then I also, I should go over the different ways that I use this. So what I'll do with this is I'll put a few drops of this once it's made into my cleaning water that I use. So I make my own spray cleaning solution with like a degreaser that has mostly water and a couple squirts of Dawn. And I do use Dawn because it does a great job cutting grease. And I'll use that as a spray cleaner, and I'll put a little bit of this in there also. And that helps anytime I'm using it to clean. That'll be great. I also have a disinfectant bottle that I use, and I have that is 50% water, 50% isopropyl alcohol like this. And you don't want to use this straight because it's very strong, and it could, you know, the essential oils in here could damage, you know, potentially damage some of the surfaces that you would use it on. So you want to be careful with that, but diluted is perfectly fine. There are some people that will use this on themselves and bathe their hands in it and then wipe it on themselves to cleanse themselves. I have really sensitive skin, so I won't do that, but I may use it as a mist just over my head and let the mist fall down on me to cleanse me or my space in between readings. What else do I use this for? You can use this to clean any area in your house or spray any area. One of the other things that the alcohol in here does is when you add alcohol, it allows the oil to mix with the water. So you can shake this up and the oil will actually be mixed in throughout this. Do you have a recipe that you make for yourself of your own Florida water, or do you call it something else that you use? Some kind of an herbal spray that you use? Or do you have other alternatives to burning sage that you can offer us? I'd love to hear any suggestions that you have to share with everyone. If you have additional suggestions for ways to make this, or ways to meditate, or what energies to put into the mix so that it works the best for you, please share that. Those are some things that I do with this. If you, again, also have additional suggestions of ways to use this, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Please share that. So I have a little bit of my spray left that I'm using right now, and this is mostly water with just a little bit of the spray in here, and I can take this with me in my bag to go, or I can just keep this with me at my desk when I'm in between readings, and I just refill this as I need it. And I have a couple of these that I can reuse, so that this is just an inexpensive bottle that I use. This one's actually plastic. I have a few others that are glass, but this one travels sometimes, so I like to keep a plastic one in my purse. So that's what I'm doing with this. And I look forward to hearing from you how different ways that you make your own Florida water, if you do, or if you have any questions about anything that I've mentioned here. If you have any suggestions for us of different ways that you feel like we could use it, then we'd love to hear from you. Thank you for stopping by.